Robert and Paige, nice to meet you. So,
The Drama Desk Awards are really cool, by the way. This is the third different award they've had in our long lifetime, you know.
yeah.
But this is very nice, actually. We like the award, guys.
So, how do you guys feel? Get in nice and close. Get in nice and
Well,
close. Get in nice and close to each other.
awards do different things. Sometimes they anoint you by coincidence. Sometimes they recognize the truth, and sometimes they disappoint. We're very happy right now, and we think this award is. We thank the Drama Desk people for it, but we think this award is a just dessert for the extraordinary musical that's at the Jacobs Theater right now.
It's a great thing because the Drama Desk obviously nominates from the entire spectrum of New York theater, and not just the 30 or so buildings that we usually work in, and so it's a great thing to actually to win one because the body of nominations are much larger, and obviously we have to fight against the revival of Carrie, against new musicals that are done in smaller theaters and institutional theaters. So it is a very profound. It really is, and it always has been, and it's a good reason why it's been around 57 years, almost as old as us.
So, what are you guys going to do to celebrate?
I'm going to watch the end of the basketball game, I think.
The Celtics beat the Miami Heat.
Yeah, ooh, Miami.
Then we'll
Heat.
go
So,
to the M.
We'll go to that.
that's good. So, what made you decide that you needed to produce once?
That's an appropriate question for Fred. Because
Well, a long time. My daughter, as I said earlier, my daughter and Barbara Broccoli and my daughter Angelica, who's she takes after her mother, thank God, saw the film first. Wow, this is back in late 2006. And she said, "You guys have to watch this film." And then she had already a copy of the film soundtrack. She said, "You got to listen to this." So we watched the film. Then after watching the film, we watched it again, and then we listened to the soundtrack. But then, by a total fluke, a few months later, I was having lunch with another of our co-producers, John Hart, and he said he had heard that would we be interested in doing a stage musical of it? And I said, yeah, and so that's when it all began, and from that point on, we all got together and did it.
Awesome.
And Robert Cole managed to grapple it and get it into that building on 45th Street.
Great. So, we have members on our site that are aspiring producers. What advice could you give them?
Well, I'll give them the opposite advice that I was given when I was an aspiring producer. And I met with a producer who asked me, "Why would you ever want to be in this business?" And she tried to discourage me. I would do the opposite. I would tell them to pursue it. It's an honorable profession. It's an insane profession. But when it happens, it's no different than that feeling that you have when you're an actor, and you get that amazing fulfillment. And when we go to the back of a house, of a theater, of anything that we produce that we're proud of, and once we could not be more proud of once, and it's an amazing feeling just as a producer to stand in the back and acknowledge all that work and just smile, and it's great. It's worth it. Pursue it. Yeah.
Awesome. Great advice.
We love watching the show. One test if and when you do become a producer, that you actually like watching your own show. After doing this for 35 years, there are some shows I've done, and I'm sure that Robert has done in the past, fortunately, that you kind of don't, when you pass the theater, you go to the other side of the road. But not this one. This one, I could watch it, we could watch it, and we do several times a week.
Wow. Wow. That's amazing.
It still moves us the same as it did at the very beginning of the process.
Wow. That's incredible. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Have a great night. Nice meeting you.
Thank you. Likewise.